Hey there, welcome on YouTube. How are you? Just starting up. The show will start in a few seconds, and I'm gonna also start Facebook at this moment. Okay, that seems to be working. All right. Okay. Let's remove this. Hey, welcome everyone. Welcome to the show. Welcome to Tech Condo. Welcome on YouTube. Welcome on Facebook. We are here live, like every day, every Saturday, on both channels. And if you have a comment, then please let me know because it should be working now. In the meantime, I am still starting up a little bit. Not. Let me send very quickly a broadcast message. I'm live. Come and join me. Come and join me. So, and then send. That's enough. Yeah, send now. There you go. And of course also to the mail address. Yeah, this is all live, guys, I know. Hey, what's up, Amy? What are you doing? How are you today? I am doing fine. How are you? A little bit on the hot side of things. You probably have seen my earlier stream of today. It is quite hot here. It's 85 degrees, and that means that also inside it's warm. Now I do have a air conditioning in my studio, but I consider that, well, as long as it's possible to do it without, I'm gonna do it without today. But it might be that I want to put it on later. So just to let you know, I have decided to remove all of the shortcuts today and start from scratch. That has everything to do with my discussion that we had last week, where I showed that you can actually communicate with vMix via your laptop or mobile phone or something. But it was not very clear to me how everything was laid out, so I thought, well, you know, let's start from scratch and make it ready. So that does mean that this also does not work yet. So, but there are still some things that work. For instance, this one I've put in just now. So the things that I really need are in there. So that is what's going on. Kathleen is in the house. She says, hello. Hello back. How are you? By the way, great to now know that you are actually from the Ontario area. An area that I do like in Canada. I have been there a few times myself. So I actually know a little bit where you live, and where you live is awesome. Jason puts a thumbs up. I know it's not visible, but thumbs up back your side. And Amy says it's high on 94 today here in Maryland. That is like amazingly hot. I will not want to switch places with you today. Again, I do have a mobile airco unit in the studio, which is like huge. I showed you in a earlier video today. And yes, it's definitely not what, well, you know, it is. You want to have actually a separate unit, right, for inside and outside, but here because of the law, it's not allowed for a condo owner to have something outside of the apartment. So that's the reason why everything needs to be inside of the apartment, the condo. So that stinks big time. And welcome back, Jordan. I hope that you're doing well, and let's say more well than the last couple of days, and I really appreciate that you take your time to come here, and really appreciate it. Thanks for being here. And also my dad puts a very big thumbs up to me. Thank you so much, Dad. And it's roughly the time to start the show. So without further ado, let's remove this and try to start the show. All right. Yeah, let's sit a little bit straightforward, and let's go to this one over here, for the opening remarks. Welcome everyone, welcome to the show, welcome to Tech Condo. Today we are going to do something that is really has everything to do with the last couple of, well, few days. So as you might know, I also stream local events, and I wanted to do all kinds of different things. I wanted to finalize some new kit, so to speak, and during that I actually came to notice a few things that were not entirely onto par, and that was actually also one of the reasons why we have the show today, and we're going to discuss that later in this show. So let's get the party started. I really wanted to dance. My name is Peter from Rugen, right here. You can see it. Bam, there it is. I'm from techcondo.net. And if you want to support the show, you can do that in the same area right here. Techcondo.net is the website. $5, $10, $25, and you're awesome. These guys are awesome also. And you can see here Twitch from Geeks Live. They actually support the show on Twitch, which will be we will be doing after this show. So before I start to delve into the main subject of today, let's talk about last week. Last week was really a week of ups and downs if it comes to the gear that I used and that kind of stuff. So let's just talk about it, right? So previously, I went away with like maybe 2 times my own car. I have a Mazda 2, so it's not a big car, but at least I needed to drive 2 times to get all my gear from the studio to the location where I was. Now, until now that was not a big deal, but now we were trying to figure out if it was possible to have a, well, let's say weekly or bi-weekly or monthly show every month or every by 2 weeks at a location, which is the local theater here in Venray, which is not far away from here. I mean, I live very near to the city center, but it is still, of course, not a, well, with all the gear, it's not really a walking distance, right? So I wanted to try to figure out if I could slim down the amount of stuff that I had. So what I actually had, I had a 5 case with 3 cameras, my Z cam, this one, and the 2 PTZ cameras on either side of this screen, and that was okay. I had a lot of cable. 43 meters was the largest, and it was really okay. Well, not exactly. And that's what we're going to talk about today. So there are 2 problems. One of them I have not fixed yet. The other I actually can fix today. So the first one that I could not fix is that I actually have one camera, which is unfortunately this camera, that does kind of like strange things. So I have like a laptop, a joystick right here, right? And if I go to that system now, I don't know if it's this, it's, yeah, this one. So you can actually just change the position very briefly with this camera, and 9 out of 10 times this is working like a charm. So you can go up like so, you can go to this side, you can even go down if you want, like so, and you can see that I have my pajamas on. Why pajamas? Because it's hot and I don't want to wear jeans today. So that is basically it, and now it works, right? But sometimes it does not work. If I want to connect to the camera, it takes about 6 seconds to get to it, which is not cool at all, which is not okay. So I am at the moment trying to figure out with PTZOptics the user group, which is totally awesome, and also with a ticket to find out what can it be. And I ruled out a few things, but I also have a few things that are not yet ruled out. So that is the first problem that we had. But still, even though we had that problem, I am pretty sure that I am on the right track with the current setup. The only problem that I'm facing, which is a huge problem, is that my streaming PC is very heavy and not something that you can really walk with easily. That is the major problem that I have. But besides that, it is great. And talking about great, pajama day. Yeah, it is. And I mean, for in the studio it is, and of course when I'm outside I probably will have my jeans on, but it's now 5 minutes past 9 p.m. so it is good to have my PJs on, right? So that's what I think, at least. Okay. So that was the one that I could not fix today, but the other I might be able to fix, and I was struggling a little bit. I was like, do I want to do everything live, or do I want to prepare it a little bit? So I considered to check it out, and I said, well, you know, I am a little bit confident that I can do this within like 20 minutes or so, but I will not prepare it. That's gonna be the only thing that I did prepare is a few things. Is that I got a measurement. I got some pins, and I've got this printed out. This is a calibration sheet for the PTZOptics cameras that we're going to use today. And what we're going to do is that I want to verify and try out if I can actually zoom in and zoom out in a very detailed manner, right? So for instance, if I go back to the previous one, this one, I can actually zoom in like so, but it will not be very fluent. See that it's not focused. It's not focused. Now it's focused. Now I'm going back. It's not focused, not focused, not focused, not focused. And that is something that I don't want to have. I do want to have this totally focused. So that is the reason why we have this today. So let's just start together. So what I've done is that, and I'm going to show you my screen. The only thing is that I need to prepare that a little bit, but that's fine. So I'll just get the local desktop right here. I'll do that on my vMix PC because that is the best place to do this, not on my laptop, which is a MacBook. And we will be going through, let me see, a document, which of course I do not have open at this moment, which is totally fine. So I'll just walk you through that process. So I'll just start with only my screen, like so. Boom. Let's do it raw, absolutely raw. So first of all, check it out, PTZOptics Calibrate. Calibrate. So if I have this one and I go into the video blog, how to calibrate camera autofocus, you actually have an article which you can here click on, and this is the one that I actually wanted to show you. So let's go into this. So this is the autofocus recalibration steps, and there are two methods. We're going to use the first one, which is Visca over IP command. Let me see if you guys can see my screen. I think you should. Yep, you can. Cool. Cool, cool, cool. I'll just make it a little bit bigger and in a way that I can actually see that it's working. And then let's move down a bit. So there are some prerequisites. So the first one is you need to install VLC or a viewing monitor. Well, the viewing monitor is actually in our case just vMix. And you have to download Packet Sender, which I will click on this and then click download. Oh, sorry. No thanks, just download me. And what I did is I installed the portable version for Windows, meaning the portable version is actually the one that it does not really install on your machine. So that is this one right here. So this is a full package without the DLL stuff in different folders. So it's really easy to use. That is the first thing that I did. And next to that, let's go back to the document. I also downloaded and printed out the calibration sheet, which I have right here. So this is the calibration sheet. And what we'll do together is that we're going to go through all of that information. So we have everything installed, right? So we have the packet center installed. We have the calibration sheet printed out. The only thing is that we need to prepare it. So in order to do that, we'll go to this one because you want to see how I do this. So first of all, we need to pin down this sheet. So the sheet is really a lot of digits and characters in a certain way ordered, which I don't get. But let's just put it here on the wall right here. So let's do that together. So this is again live. So this is also a way to show you how much time it will take in real life, because there is one catch, and that is that you really need to do this a few times. So it's not something that you only do once. You have to do this maybe every year or something like that. Especially if you want to have a paid gig, I would definitely recommend to do it up front. So let's put it right here as low as I can get it. And it doesn't have to be that, it has to be straight. So there you go. That's it. So it's there. Cool. So now next is that we need a camera. So the camera that I'm having is that I'll use one camera that I have right there that I just showed you. So we're going to use the same thing, and that's the cool part, is that I just tested that is actually not really that great at this moment. So hopefully by the time we end this process, it will get great. So in order to do that, I'll actually move to another camera, which is this one. And then I'll show you, don't look at the mess, because there is a mess there. Oh, I just goofed around a little bit, my bad. This was the wrong camera. No, then it needs to be this one. Yep. Okay. There you go. So here you have the camera that we are working on, like here. So I'll just show you what it looks like, and don't look at the mess. Okay, let's go to this one and then get it. So this is a system that is fully powered, etc. So we just shut it off first, and then this is a quick release plate, so I can actually remove it very easily. Oh. And then remove this one and this one. So now it's opened, and I can just get it and put it on my desk, which is right here. So now we have the system right here, and next that we need to do is that we need to give it some power, etc. So I also prepared a little bit that I needed to have an additional cable. So the cable I already have. There you go. And I'll just put it in, and I'll just remove this part first a bit, because then you can see actually what I'm doing. Put the power in, switch it on, and we'll start the dance. The dance. And in the meantime, I'll also go here to like so, oh, a little bit higher. Oh. There you go. There you go. All right. So this is where you have it. So it is now connected via one cable. that this cable will have NDI, which is video control, and also power. So that is, I think, great. And it is here, so I can actually control it. Let me show you that I can control it like so. So that is great. So that is perfect. Now I need to switch on NDI on that camera because I didn't do that up front. So now I need to switch this. Is it this one or is it this one? I think it's this one. Yeah, that's the one. Okay, so now I'll just go into a different tab so that I can actually show you what I'm doing. So I'll just change here the camera to this one, and then I can show you exactly what I am doing. All right, so this is, so as you can see, this is the camera. It works on NDI at this moment, and this is the sheet that we have, and that is ready to be used for it. And I will now make sure that it's all zoomed in. So I'll just make sure that this is perfectly set up, and then we're going to zoom in all the way. Maybe I should put it a little bit lower. So let me put it a little bit lower, I think. Like so. Like so. Yes. Okay, and maybe a little bit higher the camera. So the camera needs to be in all leveled, so I need to get something like a book or something to get a little bit higher. So let's do that very briefly. Just give me a moment to get a book. I'm back, and I have to be careful not to step over things. I have a book, a head in the cloud, so that is what we're gonna do. And then we're gonna try to get this in picture, in frame. All right, so next up is that we need a measurement layer because it needs to be 1 meter from the lens. So let's do that. So this is, so it has to go a little bit back, like so. A little bit further. Yeah, I know you see how big my studio is, huh? Because this is only 1 meter, which is not a lot. But I still have to go back, and now it is 1 meter. So now we are at the correct way, after the correct distance. And the other thing that I now need to do is to make it a little bit more zooming in. So let's do that together. And then zoom in all the way. Oh. And then zoom in all the way as far as I can get it. So this is it, guys. This is as far as I can go. There is nothing further than this. And there's a lot of mumbo jumbo here, but this will be fixed in a minute. So next up is that we need to go to the packet installer that we just had. So let's go back to my screen, which is right here, like so. And then get this out of the way. And then I'll go to downloads. packet sender portable, packet sender dot execute. Yep, there we go. That should be working for you, or not. Let's try it again. Oh, it's not updating. That's stupid. Oh no. Ah, there you are. So it's not updating the screen, which is because of the pop-up that I had. That's fine. So I'll just restart that screen a little bit. Local desktop. There you go. And now it should be working again. So let's try to do it like so. Boom. There you go. So this is the packet sender that we have. And now we need to fill in the form. And the form I actually have here. So the name is AF Calibration. AF Calibration is the name. So that's AF Calibration. And the hexadecimal is, and this is very important, that is fully correct. So it really needs to be exactly what it says over here. So that's 81.0A. This is a address. That's the reason why it's important. 0103 10 FF. Now that's not what it says, but that's the way it is. The camera, the IP address of the camera that we have is 192.168.100.81, and the port number that we need to reach out to is 5678. And check the persistent TCP box, this one over here. And then we need to say send, and then we will see what it's going to do. So let's go back to the screen, to the main screen, so that I can just say what I just did. So what I just did was that I created I filled in the information that was in the document of PTZOptics, and what I actually did was that what it actually does, it fires up a program that will actually zoom out and take a focus every single time, and that will be let's say, put in memory, so the next time it will zoom in and zoom out, it will be perfect the whole time. So in the meantime, I see that Anne was also in the house. Welcome, Anne. She is saying, I'm coming back to watch the replay. That's great. And she is saying hi to me, to Jason, and to Kathleen. Great of you to be here. And of course, if you need any information or question, then please let me know. And I see that Kathleen is also saying hi to you. Okay, so we are now in the area that I can actually show you what's going on. So I now click on, let me see, there should be a send button somewhere. Oh yeah, here it is. So now I'm clicking send, and I hear something. So let's see what is going on. So let's go to this shot right here and see what's going on. So I'm not doing anything. Hands are clear. And you see that it is zooming in the whole time, and I'm not doing anything. And says, you're always helpful. Thank you so much. I hope that I am. That's what I want, to be helpful. So thank you for that. And didn't see me over on YouTube, but she is on YouTube, and you're there, Amy. So thank you so much. In the meantime, it is still working. I'm not doing anything. I'm gonna get a bit of water. In the meantime, there you go. Amy is asking something, and that is, did you have to learn how to calibrate, or do you already know how to do it? No, I am actually doing this for the first time, Amy, at this moment, live. So this is me trying things out together with you. The only thing that I did prepare is that I read the document up front, just to verify if everything what I did was okay. And after that, I just said, well, let's try it and see how far we can go. But I got a good feeling that I could do this. So let's see how far we are. So it's still zooming in, zooming in, zooming in. So again, 1 meter of distance between the camera and over there the sheet that you're just seeing, which is a piece of mumbo jumbo. And it is still working. And Amy is, Anne is saying, I was wondering where you were, Amy. Hey, but Amy is almost always on YouTube, and which is great. And luckily, the Female Social is working again perfectly, so I can actually say hello to both of you, which is absolutely great. So we're still in the process of, and here you can really see what it's doing. It's taking incremental zoom ins, and it focuses every time. And what it actually does is it stores that setting in the memory, and then when you reuse this part, it will be much more, better. Okay, so now I am wondering what it's going to do. Is this it? Let me see if this is it. Let me see. It looks like it did it. So let's check it out together. So I am going to go back to my screen, like so. I'll just remove this a bit. So this is the screen that I have now. So here you have the logging. When it started and when it ended, so it was barely 2 minutes, and it looks to me that it's done. I don't see any issues. And let me see here what the document says. You will now in your monitors see that the camera is performing step-by-step a zoom. The entire process would take less than 5 minutes. Definitely, that is the case. When the program is near finished it running, you will see it arriving back to the original full zoom, and it will allow everything to go blurred, followed by a clearing up. That's exactly what we saw. And if you have successfully recalibrated the autofocus. Okay, so now it seems to be done. So let's go back to this screen, and let's see what happens if we zoom out, right? So what I'll do is I'll just go to the full screen right now, like so, and see what happens if that was me. If I zoom out, it will be perfectly zoomed the whole time. So it has been perfectly zoomed the whole time. Did you see that? You can still. There's a little bit, still a little bit, but it's barely noticeable. So this is at least much better than it was before. It looks pretty clear. Anne says it certainly does. Anne says I like to get my color right. Could be right, but I use better monitors in my office than on my broadcast desk. Yeah, so. The color is a different thing. Maybe I should actually make note of that, and maybe I should just spend a show on color grading. So because I actually color graded these cameras today again, which I hope that is helpful. And now it says wow. Amy says wow, very nice adjustment. Yes, it is. So now let's go ahead and switch off this camera. So I'm just switching it off now, and remove the cable. and then I have to be outside of the shot for a bit because I have to connect it back to the mount point, and then see what it then does. So that will take some time, but I will do that now because we saw how it was a few seconds ago, a few minutes ago, and I want to see the before and the after, of course. So let's get this in. So now it's already in the mount and it's locked. Now I'm getting the cable. So the cable is almost connected. Almost connected. One more to be 100% sure. Come on, do what I want. Switch it on. And then see how far it can go now. So now if I go back to the camera that we used in the start of the show, it's almost there. Yes. And then I'll just call this shot. If it, there you go. So this is the shot that I started the show with. And let's see what happens if I now zoom in with this. So let's do this. So it's fully in focus, fully in focus, fully in focus until the very end, like so. So that is a difference. So the calibration was, I think, a very big success, and I hope that it was helpful for you guys to see it in action. At least I thought it would be very cool to see it in action. Let me see. Let me see what you guys were talking about. Looking forward Looking forward to when I can upgrade to those cameras. Yep, it will take some time maybe, but that's totally fine. So that's okay. And Anne says, I have a Zcam, Kathleen. That's what I use for my desktop. So Anne, you're watching a Zcam. This is a Zcam. So actually, that Zcam, I can actually also zoom in, but I have the same problem. See? So if I zoom in, it takes some time to focus again. And that is something that I want to prevent because I don't like that. I want to have it crisp because it's still not there. Now it's there. I want to have it crisp all the time. So that's the reason why I actually did that. Oh, wrong one. There you go. Amy says, does the camera come calibrated out of the box or not? Yes, it does come calibrated, although the calibration will in time get less. So that's the reason why I said that you really need to have this process done maybe every time you see it's not working perfectly. And all you need to do is print out this sheet, which is part of the booklet that I just showed you. I will, if you want, please let me know if you want. I will put a link to that PDF that I just used today in the comments section so that you can actually look at it yourself. And I would just use it whenever you think it's not working correctly. And from my perspective, it was very good for a long time. So it is just really recently that I figured out that it was not behaving perfectly. So yeah, so indeed, so like Anne says, she didn't have the issue yet. So it will sometimes it will take some time, and PTZOptics says that you need to do this occasionally. And from the look of it, I think it's maybe once every half year or so. That's what I think. But this is the first time that I did that one, and that one I am really pumped about how it looks like. I want to see it one more time. So let's show it one more time. So this is it. This is really focused. This is really good. And let's zoom out again. Yeah, okay. This is because this is the wrong. Need to take the correct camera. So this is the other problem, that it takes a while before it comes. But this is much, much, much better than it used to be. So I am very pumped about this calibration. So I'm pretty sure that I will do this one and the other one too. That is definitely what I'm going to do. Yours is not a year old yet. That mine neither. Well, no, because my Z cam is from November, so that is that's quite a while already, and the other two are not that old. Yes, I could share the link via PDF. I will do that. No worries, Amy. And maybe I could actually put it on the community site, so that whenever something is happening, I can actually go show this this video. I'll talk to David and Lori if that's okay with them. I think that was it. No more comments apart from this one, which I like. Nice. Thank you so much. I also thought it would nice, and again, I really appreciate you taking the time for this. I will now stop this stream, and will get my stuff for the other stream of today. So this will be on the desk, and that means that we also have some Lego to work on. This one. Also not out of the box yet. So I am really pumped about that, and I will be starting that process very, very soon. Yeah, so I think this was a good, yeah, it was great of you to be here. And I am not, even though I have a t-shirt of PTZOptics, I'm not part of PTZOptics. A little bit of a disclaimer there, but that's the way. But I wanted just to also show my love, because even though I have a little bit of a problem with this camera being very slow sometimes, I still love their products. So and I'm sure they will fix it. I know that for a fact that they can do that. Anywho, that's it for now. Oh, this one I need to show. I'm the best. No, I'm not. I like to be helpful, and that is what I want to do with the show. So thank you again for watching, and I hope to see you on Twitch, which will be twitch.tv/techcondo. And if you want to support the show, then that's possible at techcondo.net. Then you can support the show with $5 per month, which will be a really big benefit for me. $10 or $25, depending on what you want to do. The same prices also count for Twitch. The only difference is that for Twitch, 50% goes to Twitch, and on the website is actually about 80% goes to me. So that's a little bit of a difference. So that might be a difference also for you. But that's all. Twitch.tv/techcondo. That's where I will be in roughly 5 to 10 minutes from now. And my website is techcondo.net. All right. See you around. Bye.